gonna start recording. We almost went live, George. Just imagine how that would have been. Like, we could have had an entire live audience on here right now popping up in my Twitch chat, and they'd be like, what the hell's this? And I'd be like, hi, guys.
We're just being nerds.
Because, you know, like, then you have the potential of, like, 800 people listening to you being a nerd. Would you like, panic?
I might have a minor mental breakdown.
Well, don't worry, George. My viewer rates are only about 5 to 10 per video. Okay. So, like, I think we'd be good. And the fact that this is early in the morning. But I did tell him I was going to stream today. So, you don't know what you're going to get in. Like, I was like, hey, there's going to be Zelda. And I'm going to be doing Zelda. So everyone wants to see me build giant dicks in the sky. Like,
more rocket dicks?
More rocket dicks. That's the only way you can play Zelda. I'm sorry. I haven't even, like... I have literally not even completed... I think I've completed, like, 2 main quests. And I'm probably, like 20 hours into the game.
What's one of them? Defeat Ganon?
Find these 3 spots. And I was like, hey, I did that. I went and found those 3 spots. The other one was a main quest to get me my glider. And that was it. I was like, I need my glider. I need to be able to, like... build, like, make towers. That was the other part of it, was, like, go and do, like, the sky towers. After that, I'm like, bitch, I'm doing nothing. I'm going on my own.
That was all about rocket dicks. Not even in Zelda anymore.
It stopped being Zelda about 5 minutes into Zelda. Like, I'll tell you what, though. The first, like, opening cinematic of the game, Link loses his arm. That's why he's got this, like, little weird arm thing. He, like, literally gets his arm, like, decayed and rotted off. And I'm like, this is fucking awesome! And I, like, freaked out. Like, I was just so excited about it. Like...
You were excited to watch Link die.
Yeah. I was like, he's never lost an arm before! This is great! And then the Master Sword breaks. I'm like, this is great! Like, good game. Good game. Like,
good game, fun shit.
Like, this is what I like in animes most of the time. I'm like, if you're not killing my favorite characters, you did it wrong! Like... It's gotta have weight to it, you know? It's gotta make me cry. It's gotta be like, why would you take him away from me? And then I get excited about it later when I'm like, ha, Ace got turned into a donut. Like, yes.
Oh, that's horrible. That's horrible.
So I mean, that's why I like Nina Tucker so much. Like, the whole thing. I just keep bringing her up because it's so freaking awesome. It's sad. It's crazy. Don't think I'm a psychopath. I promise I'm not. I probably am.
Maybe a little bit.
It's probably am. George, what are you watching right now?
What am I watching right now? Kuma Bear.
Kuma Bear.
I love it.
I don't know what Kuma Bear is, but it sounds adorable.
It is adorable.
I figured as much. George watches adorable animes, and I watch anything else. Like...
I feel attacked off of that one, man.
I was still watching that High School of the Elite, and I'm not gonna lie, I actually, like, started to kind of, like, drift off in part of it, but then it, like, got to, like, they got through, like, the build-up, and then it got to, like, the point, and I was like, I love it! And I started paying attention again.
That's, like, the only moments that you really get with shows like that, though.
Right.
Where you're just like, I have no idea what the hell is going on. And then he starts explaining himself.
It's like the Saw movies.
Oh, okay.
It's like the Saw movies, where the Saw movies make no sense for like 2 hours, and then you get to like the ending, and then they tell you what everything meant, and you're like, oh, I get it now. I feel so smart. I figured all of that out on my own.
But you're not smart.
But
you're not. You're
just like, nah, I couldn't figure anything out. I did finally go through and watch what was it called? That was the episode 10 you wanted me to watch from the show.
Violet Evergarden.
I watched episode 10. I got through the sad stuff. I was like, okay, I get it. And then I went back to watch episode 1. And it might have also been a big part that it was like a quarter after 11 when I did this. But I did fall asleep.
Yeah, that's your bedtime, though, so, you know.
Like, I am gonna try again. Like, I now think that it is possible that I could make it through that. Because I made it through episode 10 and loved it.
Yeah.
So, I think it's feasible. Like, I think I have wrongly accused Violet Evergarden.
You did. You full on did, man.
I need to just stop watching it when I'm tired.
Yeah.
That's what it boils down to. So, George, you want some anime news?
Let's get some news.
Because I've got plenty. Alright, let's start off with the controversial ones. Because these are ridiculous. Okay, so I'm going to show you this image, but I'm also going to talk about it. The Malaysian censorship of Attack on Titan has decided to put spandex on all of their Titans because of the nudity. They don't even show dicks on these things, but the fact that they are nude...
I was about to say, don't they, like, just have like, that awkward, like, mannequin-esque, like...
Yeah, it's just the mannequin-esque smoothed over crotch.
Yeah.
And now they have giant Titans with spandex.
They look so dumb.
They really do.
They look so dumb.
Like
if I saw that coming at me, like, I would not care. I would laugh my way to my death.
It's so bad.
It's dumb. That's so
I
dumb.
honestly cannot believe that they did that.
It looks so dirty.
And like the Japanese are just laughing at it because this is ridiculous.
Like that's all you can do though with that. Like
right.
They look like they're about to go to swimming class.
Oh, it's so bad.
Alright, did anybody fill up the walled city with water so we could start this swimming lesson? Right. Like, that's what it looks like.
Can you imagine just one of the giant titans doing, like, breaststrokes? Like, just causing wave after wave of water. It's no longer about the citizens getting eaten. It's about tidal waves coming in after the butterfly stroke. Oh no. Alright, so this one is the next controversial one. Thank you, One Piece, for being controversial. I love it every time that One Piece does something wrong. I absolutely love it. So, they have the character on there named Yamato. Are you familiar with this character?
Yeah.
White-haired girl character, but she identifies herself as a male character. So this is where we get into the I am a girl that identifies as a man. And what ends up happening here is, first of all, Oda, the writer, did a good job in my opinion because he was diversifying and he was going with current times, and a lot of anime fans would love that. Good, you did it. Except now he's backtracked and he drew this character alongside all the other female characters, and people are losing it because that character identifies themselves as a male character. So, being that he drew, and you know what, I mean, he created the character and he can do whatever he wants with the character, whatever, I don't mind. But like, he was going down a certain path and then he like kind of backtracked and went the other way. And so like all the LGBT community lost their minds because they were feeling connected to this character and now they can't. Or they should, and they aren't. And I don't know. It goes all these different directions. And it's a little too controversial for me to want to give my opinions on. But, like, I think, like, alright, you went away. You should have just stuck to it. But he kind of, like, went the other direction. And I don't even know if he did it on purpose. So, it's... it's a touchy subject.
It is. So for me, at the end of the day, I'm at the point where I just don't care anymore.
Right, I let bygones be bygones.
Like, I full-on don't care anymore. I don't care what you are. I care about who you are.
Right.
And that's where I'm at with that situation. I don't care.
Right. It's a cool character, and it's one of the most popular characters in the entire series now.
He probably just threw her there because it's like, okay, yeah, but at the end of the day, she's still female, so she'll go with the female character.
Right, and
regardless of how she identifies.
I think that's what he initially did, because I look back at it, and something said that, like, she identified as a male character because she thought she had to, because that's what samurais were. And so that's where the initial one went through. It was all part of his story on she's only doing she's only doing guy because she thinks she has to. In the end of the day, the character doesn't care what sex they are. That's actually what this character's beliefs is. I don't care if I'm a girl or a guy. I just want to be a samurai. Like, that's all it ends up being.
She wants to do hood rat shit with her friends.
Right. She just wants to do hood rat shit with her friends. And where I'm at with this is just fucking make her a piece of the One Piece party already. Because she's not confirmed to be a member of the crew. You've had her on the show for over a year now during this fucking fight with Kaido. Just make her a part of the ship. Just do it. Part of the ship, part of the crew. You know, that...
You're so mad at that show.
I am. Alright, so let me dabble in some of my other news real quick. One thing is the Jawless reincarnation's coming back, which I'm super excited about. Another thing is that Demon Slayer Season 3 is getting its dub, because I'm a filthy dub watcher. And I'm like, yes, I am excited about this. I can't wait. There is apparently a show that just came out from, Mappa. Alright, so Mappa, you know the anime company?
Yeah.
So Mappa just did, first of all, this was a whole big thing I was going to talk about. I actually had no idea that that Mappa or anime companies in general would do something similar to what a like E3 event would be. Like, you know, one of those video game conferences that like show off all our new shit. But like Mappa did one of those recently, where they're like, here's all our new shit. Amongst those, they basically were like, here's my new season of this that's coming out, here's this not coming out, whatever. The big takeaways from it. The biggest one was they did not say anything about continuing Chainsaw Man. And they said, yes, Chainsaw Man was a financial success, but not big enough. So they haven't said if they're going to renew it yet. And everybody's just like, because it was legit like the biggest one of the biggest animes of this
year. It was definitely like one of the topics.
Yeah. And so then they were just like, nah. And so now everybody's just like, wait, what? On top of that, though, Mappa did say something along the lines of... Where did it go? I had it on here. So they're in control of... Well, you know they're in control of Jujutsu Kaisen. They're going to do that again, which is fine. Like, they're all about that.
Understandable.
That is, like, their biggest moneymaker right now. So, like, they're going to do it. But one of the biggest expected things that they were going to announce was supposedly One Punch Man Season 3, because there was all these leaks that they got Mappa to do One Punch Season 3. And then they said no. They kept it silent. And everybody's just like, wait, what?
Kept it totally hush-hush.
Yeah, there is no information.
Fuel up that hype train.
They didn't even answer questions about it. Like, it just was just like, dead. I was just like, oh, wow. That's interesting.
Okay.
So, like, 3 of their biggest things right now. So, you know, you got Jujutsu Kaisen. We all love it. It's coming back. We got Chainsaw Man. We all loved it. It's not coming back. And then we got One Punch Man. We all loved it. We know nothing. So I'm just like, this is funny. I love this. Oh, here's my news. I've had tons of it backed up. Oh.
Fun stuff on the way.
Fun stuff. I do like it. All right, George. So here we are. Episode 7? 7. I think 7.
Sure.
If it's not 7, it's now 7. And I'll make another freaking mistake on the
7-2.
sheet. Yeah, 7-2. 7.2. I think that would be funny, actually. 7.2. Episode 7.2. It's definitely not... I think it's episode 7. But the Q&A round.
Yes.
We're doing our first Q&A round. I think these are going to be fun. Like... I thought we just planned on doing more than one of these at a time. Like, not like... I mean, like, we'll do more Q&A round things in the future. Like, every so many episodes, like, we'll pull up another... Like, hey, guys, we're doing Q&A again! Like, or we just pull one of these out of the hat at the end of every episode anyway, and then we're like, hey, here's one Q&A thing right now.
We'll figure it out.
But if we come up with a really cool one, like how we suggested our next episode's gonna be, then we just do an entire episode on one Q&A. I think these are good things.
Yes, love it.
So,
let's do it.
Guys, here's what we got going on. I had put together an entire list of Q&A questions based on viewers and audience members and listeners and everything else. And they are now inside of a properly placed target bag because I didn't have a hat. So I did have this stream hat. Don't I?
You do have the streaming hat.
The streaming hat must only be for streams. This is technically it's a recording. So now they're all in a nice Target bag, and we're gonna pull them out one at a time. I don't know how many we'll answer. We'll just see how far we get. We'll just elaborate into them. So we just give it like 5 to 10 minutes per question.
Sure.
Shit,
Love it. Let's go.
Pull it out, George. Hit me up. I feel like all of these questions are going to give us enough time to talk anyway. Like, in the way that you and I talk in depthly about things, I feel like it's going to take a while. What do we got?
What anime has the best and worst pacing?
Pacing. Okay. So the anime pacing question. Oh my.
It's got bad pacing. I usually end up dropping it.
Right, I know. If it's terrible pacing, like, those are the ones that I fall asleep to most of the time. Like, I end up with, like, I am so bad for saying this every single time, but the one that I always end up hating on the pacing is the Cowboy Bebop. It's so slow, but that was the point. It's supposed to be like this dramatic, like, I don't know, like this whimsical storytelling, and it does that, but it's so freaking boring, man. Like, it kills me.
Yeah.
And I have no idea what the show's about. Like, I literally, like, I'm like, just spell it out for me. Good lord. Like, I got to the ending, and then I was like, what did it mean? Like, it was one of those, like, I'm just really bad with theater, I guess. Because that's what it reminds me of. It's a theater production.
Theater. Can't handle theater.
I was never a member of high society.
At the top of my head, that's a hard one. I'd have to, like, pull up my list and everything. But I feel like a lot more shonens have problems with pacing.
That is
than any other genre.
They drag things out.
Yeah, like if the fights aren't done good, they can feel like torture.
One
Piece. Like, yeah, and then the whole on story can get very, very dragged out, like One Piece. And there were plenty of times in like Naruto and Dragon Ball where it's just like, oh my god, can we get to the next arc, please?
So this is gonna seem kind of silly of me to say this, but like, so let's take one of the like large animes. Like, I'm gonna go with Naruto on this one. Naruto, my favorite anime of all time. Its pacing is atrocious.
It really is.
Because it has so much filler. If it has filler on filler on filler, it's not gonna, like, you're gonna lose track of where you're at. Yeah. And you will have to remind yourself characters that existed before, stories that existed before, all of these things. Now let's take it to an anime that only has like 13 episodes. It is a single round of 13 episodes. Pacing is everything.
Yeah, they do gotta get it a lot better on that because they just have a lot less time to tell the story.
Yes, so like One Punch Man Season 1. They got the point across, and they did it so well. They're like, dude is strong as fuck, he kills everything. Episode 1. Then you're like, now he's just gonna go around and kill things. I love this. It gets to the end, he's fighting a space alien that's ready to destroy the world. He wins, he's the hero. Done. Nailed it. I was like, awesome. That is a good show.
Yeah.
Like, but there are some that do it well with a little bit more. Like, I think Full Metal Alchemist did a really good job. Like, the first one, not as much, because they went into details on too many things. If it had been a longer anime, it would have been great.
Yeah.
But then that's why they made Brotherhood, where they're like, hey, let's cut the crap.
We want to tell the whole story this time.
And then they did it really well the second time around because they're like, hey, guess what? We're going to tell the story, but like in 10 less episodes of
some moments may not hit as hard.
Right.
Because they didn't go into as much detail. But it's going to get through the whole.
So honestly, I think short animes do better than long animes in pacing.
For pacing, yeah, for the most part. That's because they're forced to.
Yeah.
Another example of bad one would be Bleach.
Oh my god.
Bleach was terrible with its pacing.
I honestly...
Mostly because of the fights.
I thought it was the most boring shonen I've ever watched. Like, I actually get so tired of that show. And I don't know why people love it so much. Like, the only expectation that I see from that show is it's a little bit more gritty than some of the other shonens. And I think that's about it. And, like... to me, it's kind of boring. Like, especially because all the characters wear the same damn outfits. Like,
you probably just didn't like the setting as much.
I think that's it.
It was probably like aesthetic.
Yeah, it just didn't sell it for me.
Compared to other ones, yeah.
It didn't sell it for me. Like, there are other 90s animes that did really well. And to me, it was just like... it's a late 90s, isn't it? Or early 2000s. It's like...
the 2000s.
And then, like, they're still going right now, which is good for them. But, like, I think they've done better because new anime makes it flashy and pretty. And so I think that's why people like it now. People always liked it. I just didn't. I don't know. Short animes for the win.
Yes.
Give me Kill a Kill. Kill a Kill. It was great pacing. Gurren Lagann, fucking awesome. Best. All right, there it is. Gurren Lagann, best pacing of all time. That is my take on best pacing of all time. Gurren Lagann. Final answer.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Alright. Moving on to the next one. If you could bring any anime object, device, weapon, to the real
world,
I assume, yeah.
Yeah, to the real world. I just didn't I didn't want to make a one-line answer thing. So, any device, weapon, or object, essentially, to the real world.
Yes.
Okay. Oh man. This is gonna be one of those like super tough ones because there's probably so many fun devices that like could come over to the real world. Like, I think I'm gonna take it a little bit at a time. Like weapon wise, like, dude, I like Ruby's scythe. That thing's fucking cool. Like, it is a shotgun scythe.
I fell off hard on Ruby, but man, that is one thing that show had going for it.
The weapons are
some
cool
of the
as hell.
weapons, especially early on, were really sick.
Like, and like honestly, Yang with shotgun gauntlets, like, it's not enough that you're a monk that punches people really freaking hard, but after you punch them, you send a shotgun bullet through them too. Like, I'm just gonna like just say right now, like, if the punch doesn't kill you, that shotgun bullet will kill you. So guarantee your punches kill people. Like, I don't know, that's pretty cool.
That is pretty dope.
I'm sure there's others that I'm like not thinking right now that would be really cool too. There's, unlimited numbers of flying machines that are in any anime that I would be like, this would be so useful in the real world. Like, I'm even like, I don't go to Dragon Ball often, but like the Nimbus Cloud, like, I bring the Nimbus Cloud, just a golden cloud.
Is that considered an object, though?
I think
or is that thing a living thing? I don't even know.
I think it's actually
Is it like the magic
thing.
carpet?
It is essentially the magic carpet. Which they have those in anime too, so one could... Magi from the Magi anime, that's basically a, like, alabaster retelling of, like, any magic school anime. And they have that. So, like... But, like... Yeah, basically Nimbus Cloud is like, I'm gonna ride on you and get to the other end of the world in like seconds. That's cool as hell.
That would be really nice. I didn't even think about that. My brain first went to there's a weapon from a demon girl next door. She gets like this magical wand, but the shtick with it is she can transform it into any stick-like object?
Stick-like objects, okay.
So, like, at first it sounds kind of dumb, but, like, at the same time, she's also meant to be kind of a dumb character. So she's, like, turning it into, like, cheer fans, but, like, as a weapon, it turned into, like, a giant fork.
Right.
So, like, if you get creative with it, it could be fun that you could transform it into anything, and I think it would be really nice.
My inner psychopath just came out in me. Like it just clicked literally this second. The Death Note. Like my inner psychopath just hit me hard.
Let's not go with that one, but damn.
Like the fact that the Death Note is in fact an object that you could bring. I just write somebody's name in this book, tell them how they die, and then put the cover away, and you're done. Like,
now that you say that, you could get the Holy Grail and get literally whatever you want.
The Holy Grail from Fate series. Yeah.
Holy Grail when it's charged.
Right. When it's
just add that asterisk at the end there.
Like, I mean, you could essentially do the same thing with Dragon Balls. Like, you're like, I have all 7 Dragon Balls, now I have a dragon that tells me I can do whatever I want. Like,
yeah.
Would the hyperbolic time chamber be considered an object? I mean, it's a whole building, but like, we didn't specify size. So like, if you were to say bring the hyperbolic time chamber, so you spend 3 seconds in there, but it's actually 3 years. Like 3 seconds real world is 3 years in chamber. So like, think about all the shit you could get done by going into that machine. Like, how much anime I could watch. like, bro, I go in there for 3 years watching anime and come out, and it's the same week. And like, I just walk back out and I'm like, I was only gone for like 3 hours. Like, that'd be kind of cool. Like,
that would be pretty sweet.
I think, honestly, useful-wise, Time Chamber would be one of the most useful. Because you could just accomplish so much more. But, like, fun-wise, dude, I would want something that gets me somewhere fast.
Yeah.
Like, fly. Or I just, Death Note. Like, just Death Note it.
If I can't get what I want, then genocide. That's a great reasoning.
Right. I mean, yes. I
either want wishes, I want time travel, or just genocide.
Right.
One of the 3. It's not a lot.
When all else fails, I want shotgun gauntlets. It's fine. Like, I punch you, you die. Like...
Oh, lordy.
Are we moving on now?
Let's move on. So which one?
Did you grab 2 of them out?
Huh.
It's just like, which one of these do I want to answer more right this moment?
Let's go with this one.
Alright. I love it.
If you could have any finished anime return for another season, what would it be?
Oh my goodness.
One Piece for you, right?
Oh, I hate you. Like, to me, I would normally say No Game, No Life, but to me, that anime was just unfinished anyway. So it's sad.
You say it like that.
It's sad.
That's still my answer.
I know. I want it to come back.
I want No Game, No Life.
I want it to come back so bad. And the movie was fantastic. Like, the movie was such a good telling of the story from the other end, and it's like how the world got created. I'm like, there's so much lore in this world that never got touched. It's like, if they had time, they could literally make like 4 seasons more and it'd still be fine. Like, and it was so good. It was such a unique anime. Basically, people go to this world and
games rule everything.
The god of games was the one that took over, and so everything is games now. And if you want money, you gotta game it. If you want power, you gotta game it. Like,
if you want anything, you need to be good at a game.
I mean, they literally are having wars against other nations, and in order to beat them in that nation war, you gotta game it. Like, it's so crazy. I love it. Like, oh my god. It is honestly the one. It is the one. Like, and if I had to go anywhere else, like, man, that's a tough one too. If I could have anything come back for another season, I'm trying to like think of what some of like my absolute favorite animes are, and most of them are still
like
ongoing.
the best ones usually end. That's the thing.
Yeah, that
like
is
the
the thing.
best ones all have already just ended.
Yeah, and it would like some of them would be dangerous to like bring another season into, I think, because it would overdo the story. And I think like they both are from the same studio because the studio just makes funny shit. I've mentioned it multiple times. I want Gurren Lagann or I want Kill la Kill back because they
both ended though.
They both ended,
They
but
both
like,
ended.
give me another season of extra bullshit, like continuation of that story somehow, like the next generation,
like an epilogue.
Like,
You want some more epilogue.
Well, like Inuyasha just brought up like it ended, but Inuyasha brought in like Inuyasha the Next Generation type stuff, and like you could give me something like that. Like give me their kids, give me the continuation. Like don't give me Boruto. Boruto was done wrong.
Sometimes it's interesting with that kind of stuff, but I don't know. At the same time, if they do it like they did it in like Harry Potter, where it's just like where it's flashback for like 20-30 seconds up to like a minute or so, I'm usually fine with that. It's like, oh, okay, cool, this is where they end up. Good for them. They deserved happiness, damn it. But other than that, I hate epilogues.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, if a show ends, it just ends.
I want it to end. Let them be done. They've got
it. I know what I need. I know what I need.
What do you need?
Roommate is a cat. Give me another season of My Roommate is a Cat. That shit ended on just a normal day of the life. They could do another week with that dude and his cat.
I honestly would love another.
Give me another day of the life of
another
cat.
Season of that.
My God, it'd be great.
That one was adorable.
Oh my God. I was just trying to think of animes that just ended abruptly. That anime
like
just
every
ended.
slice of life one.
Exactly. Give me more of that. Final answer.
No Game, No Life, or literally any slice of life anime.
Any slice of life anime. That's actually where it should go. Any slice of life anime. It is the genre. Sports animes. I would say sports animes work too.
Ooh. You got someone past the startup anime. Now where do you take them after that?
This is the wife's question.
This is the wife's question? Oh,
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. This is a good one too. Got them past the startup anime. So like we had a whole episode on this. So like So like telling people, you know, like you got to go to something that's smooth, comfortable, doesn't have too much like layers of that anime bullshit as we call it. Like, and like where do you go from there? And it's like
where you start introducing some of the anime.
Yeah,
bullshit.
you want to sprinkle it on.
Yeah.
You know, like you want to sprinkle. Don't like go too heavy. Like don't slam them with it, but like give a sprinkle of it. I think some of the like anime movies do good with this because anime movies tend to like they wrap up quick. If you can hold their attention for about an hour and a half, then you got them, you know, and then you can try another one and be like, did you like that one? Here, let's try this one. Basically, like I say, Studio Ghibli movies at this point.
Yeah, those are always pretty damn good choices.
Like, can you make it through Ponyo? Can you then make it through Totoro? Can you then make it through, you know, and then you just start like layering them together because none of them make sense. And they're always like, they sit there going, what did I just watch? And you're like, did you like it? Yeah, it was all right. All right, let's try another one.
Let's go again.
But if I had to pick an anime series, and it's sadly it does come down to who I'm talking to. Like, who I'm gonna ask.
Yeah, that was kind of my thinking, was try to find a genre that they like. And then maybe base it off of what kind of genres that they like.
I send just about anybody down the path of, like, the, like, sad romancy animes. Like, I can nail somebody with Your Lie in April. Every time.
Those are always pretty good choices, too, just because they're if people like dramas,
and
they're really good at dramas.
And yeah, if it's a drama, go drama. But I do like the ones that are like thrillers too, a little bit more of a thriller anime. To me, always Death Note was a great. It was my startup anime. It was like one of my startup animes. So like, I think that's what really sold me. But like, if I'm gonna send them down a gritty path, like, trying to think of which one did it. There was like some that are just like murder mystery right off the gate that like get you kind of in.
Like your Danganronpas? That?
Yeah, and I'm like, there is one that's on my mind. I cannot think of. Charlotte. Charlotte. I think it was Charlotte. It was a Charlotte. It might not.
That wasn't a Death Game one, but there was kind of like Superpower Kids.
Which one? It's not Charlotte though. Erased. Erased is the one I'm thinking. Like, it kind of pulls you in pretty quick, and it's like it's enough of like a drama, but like sci-fi thriller that keeps you kind of going, and you want to know how it ends because they set the scene right from the beginning, and they're like, "This is how this is gonna go," and then you like have to figure out how you got there. I don't know. I think those are good too. They make good use of it.
Yeah.
If people like sci-fi, then they're okay with sci-fi animes. That's generally how I feel about that. Like if they can handle Alien versus Predator, then they can handle Erased. Like like I don't know. That's where I'm at on that one.
I'm kind of in that same camp. Generally, just something with a really good story in general.
Yep.
Or just whatever kind of genre that they seem more interested.
Fuck it, pull out Attack on Titan.
Sprinkle a little bit of that anime BS on top too.
Sprinkle out.
Just sprinkle it on there.
Throw.
It's gonna be something that they're gonna have. A newcomer is gonna have to just get used to.
Like just.
It's unfortunate.
Just hit him with the Attack on Titan. Honestly, like at that point, like I had so many people that were new to anime in college with that one. Like, I remember watching it on our big screen TV in our lobby.
It's still just an interesting premise.
It's so good. Like, at first I was like, there's no way this anime could be this good. And then it was. It was actually that good. And I was like, oh no, it is actually really, really exciting. Like, this is really good. So, and I still hate to say it, because, like, I often am like, is this show overhyped? And I'm like, maybe a little bit, but, like, it honestly held my attention.
There's still a lot of cool stuff in it.
Yeah, it's good. Oh, I'll send people.
Bunch of teams whizzing around with freaking folding swords, fighting giants.
Basically, steampunk technology. Because they're not quite to the gun age, and they're like right there on the cusp of it. So they're like, hey, let's build grappling hooks and swords. It's freaking cool.
You gotta use what you gotta use, baby.
Like, it's freaking cool. I think we got time for like 2 more, maybe.
What anime started off really good, but got really bad?
Oh my god. There are 2 of them on my mind already.
The first one that came in my head was School Days. Honestly. Like, it starts off as just kind of the nice, classic rom-com harem BS.
Right.
Devolves so quick. And then I hated everything about that show. Literally everything. That was the first one that popped into my head.
First one that popped into my head was 7 Deadly Sins. Because
that's also good.
Seven Deadly Sins had some of the greatest reputation for the first and second season of like any anime ever.
Like, it was good. Like once it got past the spear throw scene,
right?
Which is the scene that I tell people to watch if I ever talk about this show. Watch the spear scene. That's probably the best scene in the entire series.
Right.
And then it's just after that, everything's worse than that.
Like, when the show fell off, and like they lost their art directors and their art
jumped
team,
off a 90-degree surface.
Oh my god, it's literally one of the worst looking animes ever after that. Like, first and second
Meliodas.
First and second scene, beautiful. Second, or the third and fourth season, horrible. Like, it is so bad. It makes me cringe, because it was one of my absolute favorite animes ever. And it tanked hard. I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
I think that was probably one of the last animes that was recommended that I watched that I actually watched. And then yeah, seasons 2+ happened. I'm just like, never mind. Not gonna listen to others about this shit again. Sorry, guys.
It makes me cry. The other one that was on my mind was Rising of the Shield Hero. Rising of the Shield Hero's first season was incredible. And then
yeah, to be fair, they did have to go into one of the worst story bits though.
Yeah,
that was the biggest problem with it.
I do actually have two legitimate ones, and it's because of the direction the producer took it. Because they fell off from the mangas. It was Promised Neverland and Tokyo Ghoul. Both of those were fantastic. And then they decided to take it in a different direction than the source material, and like skipped over chapters and made up chapters.
Totally went a different route, yeah.
It makes no sense. And you skip so much content. And it's at that point you look at it and go, I'm not watching this, I'm going to read this instead.
Yeah.
Like,
like the vast majority of the time, you gotta treat the source material as Bible, man.
Yep. I want to go and actually watch or read Promised Neverland because I watched the first season, I fell in love with the show, then I found out what was happening, and I said, never mind, I'm done. And I literally just dipped out and was like, we're gonna just read it at this point.
It's
same
unfortunate.
thing, Tokyo Ghoul.
It's unfortunate that so many shows fall to the wayside like that. Or just like, yeah, no, we're a better writer than the writer of the story. We got it. And it's just like, do you though?
They think that they're better. They think
there are times where I get you do got to change some stuff just for the different medium, but you got to keep the story intact.
Hey, you know what? I was all for it when it was like.
I think the last Attack on Titan's one of the few successful cases of that. Hey,
they kept the whole thing running. I think they kept the whole thing.
Didn't they change the story though a little bit?
I don't know if they did or they didn't. It's still coming to the conclusion. I don't know. I actually don't know if they did. I know that when it gets to the ending is super controversial. As the manga writer made it his like objective to end it a certain way, but like everybody hated the ending. So like I don't know if they're gonna change it or not. He's got one like hour-and-a-half special left or something like that that's coming. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. It's almost there. It's at the conclusion.
Fair enough.
Conclusion.
As long as it finishes.
As long as it finishes. Yeah,
that's the biggest thing with anime. If it finishes, it's already got here.
Then they did it.
Then they did it. You nailed it.
You got them.
And an ending that isn't forced from a cancellation.
This is the last one of the stream. I hope it's a good one.
Kinda.
Awesome. Hi, wifey.
Bless you. What anime character matches your personality the best? Which matches the least?
Oh my. Well, George, I assume that you've put your soul into a Bochi character.
Here's the thing. There are aspects, I can absolutely relate to her, like literally everybody else. I still ain't that bad. I ain't that bad.
Like, man, this is gonna be tough because I need personality wise a character that is like full charisma. Like that to me would be my personality character, is one of the more charismatic characters.
Protag.
But like, see, it's funny because like to me, Sanji almost goes there from One Piece, but he's too pervish. He's too much of a pervert. Like I pull back the pervert like on that one. It's not me. I'm trying like But like then there's characters with like extreme levels of confidence that I get along with, which would be like the protagonist from like Food Wars, like where it's just like I'm gonna make it happen, and I'm like I like that guy. Like those are the characters that I like get along with the best. Are the ones that are like
that match your person.
it matches my personality. Look at me. I know who I am. I'm confident. I'm gonna go with like. Honestly, I like the dancer of the Food Wars guy, whose name I cannot think of off the top of my head.
I can't think of the name.
It's like Shoto or not Shoto.
Sure, Shota. Shota baby.
I would Shota baby. I'm gonna look up his name because it's killing me. But go ahead, George. What you got?
Oh man, probably any freaking teacher falling asleep in the middle of class. I feel like that would match me at this point. Any one of those characters.
So like, just the one that just sits there and goes, "Just do what you got to do."
Yeah, like they're there to babysit, but they do not want to actively babysit at all.
Soma Yukihira. I was close. He showed a baby. Showed baby.
And then
opposites apply.
And then kind of another character that I feel like I kind of related to. If you tone down the protagonist aspects,
oh boy,
would probably be Shiro from Log Horizon.
Okay, using your brain for the ways of the like it.
Yeah.
Cool collective.
Plus back in the day, you know, not really a support class, but I tanked.
I did the other tanking stuff.
I can relate to that.
I'm just glad.
Matches you the least. This one I don't even need to think about it. Asta.
Asta pasta?
I will never see eye to eye with him ever.
Asta's so...
And I will be telling him to shut up every 5 seconds.
I see what's funny about the Asta in you. Like, I feel like you both do just, like, yell out of nowhere. Like... Because, like, there's been, like, our get-togethers where all of a sudden it's just, like, I'll be over here, and there's 20 people in the house, but George's voice I pick out every time. And I'm just like, it's George! Shut up!
Tell that bitch to stop jumping on me when I'm trying to go over the gap!
I mean, that's fair. But Asta's just, like, he is...
I'll at least yell for a reason. He just yells because he's loud.
He's yelling because he wants to be the Wizard King. Like...
And Naruto wants to be Hokage. I don't give a shit. We all got dreams. I don't want to hear about it every 10 seconds.
I think it's funny, like, because I was gonna go, like, down a similar route, but, like, I would think either, like, the super negative characters or the super workaholic characters. Like, Asta is super workaholic. I'm like, do anything I can to avoid that work. But, like, do it optimally.
So your spirit animal is Ron Swanson.
Ron Swanson? Yes!
I will spend all day helping
Yes!
someone if it means nothing got done.
Yes! I love Ron Swanson. And it makes sense. Like, you look at, like, Rock Lee from Naruto. 1,000 push-ups. This was not enough. I must do 1,000 more. If I blink, I'll do 1,000 more. I'm just like, no. I'm going to sit on my ass and do what I can a little bit, and then that's it. Call it quits. Like, but I'll find the easy route to something, where Rock Lee finds the super hard route to something. Like, I don't know. I would have been like, what's the quickest way to gaining the amount of muscles that it requires of 10,000 push-ups without doing 10,000 push-ups? Like,
how many answers to that question are there? Though, let's be real.
There's got to be answers. So yeah, I think we're good on that one. Like, we don't want to overkill it, because if we go another one, we definitely we have potential to overkill. So, how was it? First Q&A. What'd you think?
It was nice.
I think these are cool. I think these are cool for the reason that other people are gonna feel involved, and I think people are gonna want to watch and listen to our bullshit answers. And since we have like 30 more questions in the target bag, I'll get a hat or a bucket or something. that'll make it less target bag. They can't even see it, but they know.
It's the rustling.
There it is. They know. Now they understand. They're visualizing the target bag. It's true. That was fun. That was fun. I can't wait to do another one of those. Honestly, I think we should just pull one of these out of the hat at the end of every stream at this point and just continue them because they're fun. And I think it's people like to hear what we have to say.
Interesting question.
It is. And then we can just keep pulling them off the internet and having people ask us questions, and I can keep throwing sneak stuff in there, and George would be like, "Who made that one?" I'll be like, "I have no idea."
Son of a bitch.
Guys, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for hanging out with us and listening to our answers to our questions. This has been Weebs versus the Worlds, episode 7. And yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv, jquaza369. George, you're still nowhere?
Nowhere.
George is still nowhere. Here. He doesn't exist. He's here. But yeah, we do appreciate you hanging out with us. I'm gonna do the classic like and subscribe my video. It makes us all the monies. We have not made money.
We have nothing.
We have nothing to show for our hard work, except for our own pride and weebness. I'm proud of our weebness. Damn it.
I'm happy with it.
I am too. It just makes me sparkle. I'm glowing right now.
It gets me through the week and doing chores and shit.
That's fair. That's fair. You watch through an anime and you're like, I could use this now. That's where I'm at with everything. I'm like, oh, pictures of anime stuff. I know what I want to do with that. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. We're gonna call it there, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Have a lovely evening, everyone.
Bye-bye.